This is Gerald Herstein. I also go by Maya to some of my friends. And I am nobody. I am just a concerned citizen of the United States of America, where all people have the same rights, where all people should follow the Constitution and the laws laid down from that. There was a reason that was written. And right now, somebody is using it for their own power. That would be Mr. Trump. I call him Mr. Trump because I don't see him as a president. He's not a leader. He's not honest. He'll throw people that he knows under the bus if they don't agree with him. And he could care less about COVID-19. Remember this? Oh, it'll go away just like magic. Or if you get a shot of bleach, then it should clean out your lungs. Do you know that there were 40% more phone calls to poison control that night? Even if he is wrong, he still is the president. Even if he's wrong, people will stick with him. He is like a cult leader. He has followers that don't matter what he does. They don't care. He doesn't care. So what are we going to do about this? We're going to have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have fully elected the presidency and the vice presidency. That is what we are going to do. Now, President Trump has been really working hard to flip some of the states. He has said that he won Georgia, where he didn't, and several other states. Lots of states. Well, all those states that he thinks he won and took to court got kicked out. Lost. Kicked out. And he still doesn't get the hint. He lost. And he is so juvenile and immature to accept reality. Reality is, Mr. Trump, you lost. And I hope this wouldn't be a problem. But if he has a problem getting out of the White House, the Secret Service will show him the way. That is their job, to follow the law. And while he's golfing at many of his different golf courses, he doesn't care that there are thousands of people dying of COVID every day. Every day. More people have died than in the Second World War. He doesn't care. There were things that were done in the government with the previous administration set up in case something like this happened. There was a group of people that were scientists and media people and coordinators who would be specifically used if there was a pandemic. Because this is not the only pandemic. As soon as Mr. Trump got into the White House, he disassembled that. Granted, it was before we had COVID-19, but it would have been good to have that just in case. That's why the last administration had it made. Mr. Trump has turned as much over, changed as much possible from the previous administration. And that has been a problem. He cannot handle losing. He is going from person to person, from state to state, trying to suck up some more votes. So in Georgia tonight, which he'll be, he's not going to talk about the race in Georgia. He's going to talk about what he likes to talk about the most: himself. In several different public appearances, he doesn't wear a mask. In most of them, actually. He said he would feel stupid if he wore a mask in speaking to different leaders of the world. The Queen, kings, presidents, everybody. He would not wear a mask around them to keep them safe from COVID. If he had COVID, he would not wear a mask. That person, that queen, that diplomat could die because he doesn't care. He doesn't care who dies. He doesn't care how many people die. Remember this one? Oh, it'll go away, just like magic. We have 15 cases. Pretty soon it will be down to 0. See what a good job we did. Yeah, how'd that one work out? What do we do about this guy? He wants to be an autocrat like his friends. Putin and the lovely friend in, where is it? North Korea, who he got a wonderful letter. But he made sure that he said it was a perfect letter. A perfect letter from an autocrat. Many, many phone calls to Putin, believing that whatever Putin says is against our American democracy, against our people in the FBI, CIA. It has all been seen. He lost. And just because he has friends in high places in other countries will not change that. He said to Mark Meadows, all I need is 7,080 votes. Can somebody get me that? Who asks for that? Somebody who is begging, borrowing, and stealing. No, Mr. Trump, we are not going to let you have those. And that was just for Georgia. But there are many, many other states that he has to talk to about that. Well, some very important people have left. The very main one would be William Barr. He followed Trump's orders. He did things that were not legal. He took Barr as his own personal lawyer and not the lawyer for the defense of the United States. And William Barr said, "No, Mr. Trump, you lost." William Barr, one of his cronies that would fall in line with whatever he would say. "No, Mr. President, you lost." Also, his good friend, Mitch McConnell, and we all love Mitch, he also congratulated incoming President Biden for his win. Granted, it took him 6 days. However, he did. So the closest people around the president are telling him he lost. But the few that are whispering in his ear are trying to tell him he won. He's trying to tell them he won. He didn't win. And now he's making millions of dollars doing rallies. And he decided that the bigger the rallies are, the more people that like him. Well, I hate to break it to you, but number one, not all of the rallies are as big as he thinks. Poor Sessions, Jeff Sessions, he had to be on TV and say that President Trump's inauguration had more people than any inauguration in history. That was wrong. You can look that up. Look at the crowd for him and look at the crowd for Obama. Obama didn't lie. Obama didn't need to lie. And Obama would not lie. He would accept whatever the United States people voted for. So now, what do? In Georgia, he says he's going to Georgia to check on that the races for Senate. If two of the senators win, two of the same one, Democratic, we flip the House. Kamala Harris becomes the 51 vote that would flip the House if she voted. Well, there are some people that follow Trump, and I don't know why. Even from the very beginning, when he said he could walk up and grab women's girl parts anytime he wanted, and they would let him. And he laughed about it. Right then, there was a problem. A problem right then. But nobody looked at the problem. So, by not looking at issues that he has nothing about, he doesn't care, he wants power. Looking at those issues, that's what he wants. He wants to be a dictator. like Putin, like his fun friend in North Korea with the perfect letter. How beautiful it was. He doesn't realize that North Korea signed something, but they don't do it. He doesn't realize that. He doesn't realize, he doesn't acknowledge what the United States is going through right now. Millions of people are dying. Millions and millions and millions of people are sick with COVID. They're sick with COVID. But he doesn't care. As long as the money he makes goes in his pocket. That is all he wants. Because then maybe he can get people to follow him. So, Georgia's going to be interesting tonight. I hope everyone will watch. It will probably be one of his ranting and raving missions that he thinks help his cause. People don't go necessarily because they like him. They go because he's putting on a show. He's entertaining. He lies and lies and calls people names and on and on and on. He's entertaining. Should someone who is just entertaining be the president? Well, we sure made a mistake that time. Let's not make it again and again and again. Right now, he is not the president. In 4 years, he tends to run again and then move into a more autocratic space, trying to crush our democracy in the Constitution, in our laws. He ignores those. They don't apply to him. He's above that. Look at his crowds. There may be a lot. Masks? No. Social distancing? No. Handing out hand wipes? No. So every single one of the people in those crowds could die. But the more people, the better. It doesn't matter if they die. The more people, the better. He even said at one point, we have too many people testing. We got to stop testing. Then it looks like there's too many people who have COVID. Got to stop the testing. It doesn't matter if that's true or false. He said it. And he's the president. So even though he is 100% inept at doing his job, people listen to the president. Always. There's always some people that listen to someone who is not doing appropriate things, is not following the law. There's always somebody out there. But so far, Donald Trump has had the biggest crowds when you think of crowd size for Joe Biden. Joe Biden, what he did, he had his speaking done where the cars could park. Nobody had to get out, like a drive-in movie. Safe, safe, safe. Now, how many people are going to die from that? How many people have to die to keep the president from going to play golf? How many people have to die when his court cases get kicked out and people are continuing to die? When he stacked the Supreme Court, so he thought he would get away with everything, they kicked him out twice. Now, people that follow him, I don't understand. After so many times of getting kicked out of different courts, doesn't he get the hint? Doesn't anybody get the hint? I clearly do not understand. And I clearly let anybody believe who they want to. This is me. This is my thinking. But also, this is my life. This is my life that could end if I get COVID-19. It's your life. It's your life that could end if the president doesn't do something. He's rationing the things they need. He's telling people that they're going to get money, but he doesn't see the people in line at the food bars waiting for 5 hours to get a box of food. Playing golf is more important than that. His millions of dollars or whatever he's got is more important than that. He will throw anyone out of his administration if they challenge him. Anyone. Have you ever seen a president that has had so many staffers, so many people in the House either get fired or leave? They leave. They don't want to be a part of what he is and who he does. They leave. So, he has something planned for tonight. Who knows what? Probably some ranting and raving. His norm. Trying to charm people. Entertain them. His norm. And because he set this up and made sure everybody knew, then how many people would show up? And how many people would watch at home? Millions and millions and millions. Why? He said he would build a wall. Mexico would pay for the wall. Right now, there are some parts of the wall being built. Not much. Definitely not paid for by Mexico. Of course, he said it may be paid by the United States, but we would get the money back in trade. Or we would get the money back later. That was one of the things he ran on. He said healthcare, repeal and replace, Obamacare, He can't stand that word, Obama. Repeal and replace. Now he's saying, I'm going to repeal and replace. You had 4 years to do that. You didn't. People died. And what you wanted was for more people to die because you have no conscience. You're a child in a man's body. That is known from many, many people that have worked with him. That he walks around ranting and raving, watching Fox News. And one time Fox News said something bad about him, and he said, we need to find another news station. Fox News said something bad about me. Now they have several others, but he only goes with the people that like him. And to my knowledge, with the things he has done, he is moving into a place to be a dictator, like I said. When there were peaceful protests, yes, some of them were not peaceful. Some of them were peaceful, and other people not related to the issue just decided to join and break things. The majority of those who were marching was peaceful. He sent in some kind of military someone to get some of these peaceful protesters, African American men usually, some women I think, African American, black, put them in a car and take them away. Nobody knew who these people were. Nobody wanted these people there. The governor didn't want the people there. And nobody knew why. And then, when everybody knew that had happened, he said, I think I'm going to do the same thing in Chicago. I think I'm going to do the same thing in some other big cities. Why? Now, he's in charge of the military, unfortunately. We have an unstable person who can start a war anytime he wants, because they are his drones, according to him. We need to do something with this person. He will not make it back into the White House by fighting this fight. But he can do a lot of damage in a short time. And everyone needs to know that. He can do a lot of damage in a short period of time. What are we going to do then? What are we going to do then? Right now, the United States of America doesn't know what to do if he somehow makes it back into the presidency. There'll be people who love him and people who hate him. And if he won the election, he would know how many people loved him. But he didn't. Biden won, which means they think he is going to be a better president, a better leader of the United States of America than Mr. Donald Trump. We need to remember that. Who knows? He might be coming for your state next. Can you handle that with thousands of people dying from COVID? He's raising money to lie. And we are dying. and he does not care. What are we going to do now if we can't stop him? Think about that. Just think about it. What would you want to happen? What could we do? Think about it. Everyone needs to think about it, because it could be real. I doubt it. People doubt it. There's always a chance. There's always a chance that he can get enough people on his side to try to take the presidency again. Now, we voted for him once. We saw a catastrophe in 4 years. We cannot add him back into the presidency or vote him in again. He lost. It's over. Goodbye, Mr. President.